Welcome to Garden Fails video number 2, Too Many Tomato Plants. Last year for Christmas, my sister gave me some spaghetti sauce that she had canned, and it was so good I told her that in 2021 I would grow enough tomato plants to make 52 cans of spaghetti sauce, one for each week. So that was the lofty goal that I set for myself, and it hasn't been a complete failure because as you can see here, we've already canned 7-quart jars of spaghetti sauce. So it is a good start, but I'm going to take you to the garden next and show you how it was somewhat of a fail out there. I know from past experience that with growing tomatoes, the best way to support them is with metal T-posts and a wire trellis, and then you can just support the plants with string going up to the wires. But since I set such a big goal, I basically had to cut corners, so I used these 36-inch wooden posts, and I used them as support. And I know from past experience that after a while those things will rot, and with the weight of the tomatoes, a lot of times they'll snap and fall over. And this bed right here, next to my other failure, the corn, is an example of that. As you can see, it's a complete mess. The tops have fallen over, the stakes have broken, you can't even see where the tomatoes are at this point, so it's just a big mess. Now, going over here, I can show you that I have been able to get a lot of tomatoes out of here, but you can see some of them have the leaves stuck on them because they were just basically sitting on the ground the whole time. So it's not an optimal way of growing tomatoes. Here's another raised bed of tomatoes, and as you can tell, I have the same problem here. The posts have snapped and everything has fallen over on the ground, so it's just a big mess. And you know, it's okay to set lofty goals like I did, but you really need the infrastructure in place to do it the right way. So now I'll have to deal with a whole bunch of tomatoes that are rotting in the beds, and I'll have to deal with seeds and plants growing next season that I don't want in there. And besides not having enough T-post outside, I also don't have the correct stove to can. This is one of those glass top stoves, and it's not advised to do any canning on those. So I've had to go over to my sister's and brother-in-law's house to do the canning. And these jars that you see here were done at my sister's house. So that's something to keep in mind. So set lofty goals, but make sure you have the infrastructure in place, and you have a much more enjoyable time. Thanks.